Hi there. So there's been a lapse of about 2 weeks that I've been missing in action from the channel, but anyway, I'm back. I was sick, so I guess that's a good excuse. But I did try to record some stuff, but you know, some days it's just trips to the shop and back, trying to cook in my messy kitchen, and so tired, and all of the above, like sleep, go to work in the days that I did get better, and then coming home and all of that. So, well, hopefully this counts as one video towards the journey of 100 videos. Now, let's have a look. You can see my plant there. Actually, it's not my plant. That was Faith's plant. That one over there that's growing up. It was in the bathroom, and then there was some work to be done in there, and then I brought it out, and now it's so long. She got it in 2021, then she abandoned this little baby, and now I've become the mama of this plant, so it's growing. Now there's also this one here over my shoulder there. That plant was a teeny tiny plant as well. I don't know if I ever mentioned about these plants, but I've become a bit of a plant mama. So I'm not saying that I'm a green-thumbed person, but I have tried to look after these, what shall I say? I want to say something ascribing it human qualities, because apparently plants like it when you talk to them, and I do try to talk to them. And maybe that's why they've flourished. But yeah, anyways, that's my video for the week, and hope that you're doing well and you're keeping yourself healthy through this time. I mean, you know, the changing of the seasons, people get sick. I mean, there are so many sick people at work. It's almost like you just give up. I do try to take my vitamins and try to stay hydrated, but sometimes the battle, you just have to, I guess the body has just got to like build a bit of an immunity by falling into a bit of a cold and a bit of sickness. So I guess you just have to go with the flow. Going to the shop. Alright, so I've come to Te Aotearoa Peninsula to pick up tapioca flour. It was what I was looking for. And the tapioca flour cost $7.99. You know, the funny thing is that I never got to do the poke in the time that I had planned to do the poke by. So, and then I go over to Pak and Save to try and get the rest of the ingredients to make my broccoli soup. But it turns out that I didn't make the broccoli soup because I was so tired. I'd fallen sick and didn't have time. So I continue, and I am looking. The reason why I show these prices is because I'm very curious about how much things cost. This $3.99 bottle of sugar-free Coca-Cola, 2.25 liter. The special over at the other place was less than that. I think it was $3.49. But anyway, this one here, the water is 99 cents for, I think it's a 1.5 liter one. And this whole trolley here is about $45. Not bad. Come with me as I go to get my trevally and taro, so I can make a trevally soup today. So we're here. The Aussie Butcher, and that's where I'm going. Ocean Seafood, Henderson Food World. This is the, I don't know what this little plaza is. What is it, a plaza? Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. I've never tried these crabs, but look at the price of these oysters. Mullet is 12. Snapper is 17. Sorry. There we go. $11 a kilo for the trevally. gave one talo and one lime. $1.40 for a little tiny lime, and that was $14.87. That's the size of the taro in my hand. Yeah, enough for one person. Time to go to the shop again. Okie dokie, so I was heading off to Pak and Save Ultimate Drive in Henderson, and that's one of the two Pak and Save supermarkets that are close by to my house. One is down on Lincoln Road, but this one here in Ultimate Drive, it's quite a lovely supermarket. This is a rebuild. They tore down the old one and rebuilt it, and it's really nice. I like it. It's modern, it's nice. I paused to take a video of these trees outside because they look so pretty in the, I guess we should say we're in autumn weather, but it's still end of summer. So as I was leaving, I thought to myself, how cute is this? Because the descending motion of the escalator is so, yeah, it's so weird, like in a good way. You look outside, you're on street level, and then as you go down, you almost like disappear into the ground. I thought it was so cute. I thought I would just take a video of it. Oh, there we go, descending nice and smoothly into the ground below the ground, going into the car park. So that's that. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm just getting my snacks in. I had one scoop of that, and that's like $4.11. But anyway, I've got a funny story. So I come to take my trolley to put back in the thing there, and as I was pushing my trolley in, I saw a small pink roll of food waste bin liner sitting at the bottom of the trolley, and I vaguely recall seeing this couple that just drove out, pushing the trolley in there, and then it was my trolley after that. So I looked up. Here's the funny thing. For a split second, I looked at that and I said, oh, yay, a free pink roll, a free bin liner pink roll for me. Because those things are, I don't know, they're about $2.70 or something, but they're very handy to have. For a split second, and then I was like, no, I think it belongs to those guys there. They're on their way out. Their car was just starting to accelerate away. And ran up to grab the roll. No, I ran up to them and I said, hey, is that yours, the pink roll there in the trolley? And obviously it was theirs, because they said, yeah, it's ours. So I ran back, grabbed it and gave it to them. But the funny thing is, and they were very grateful, of course. We're like, doing the right thing in West Auckland, and like Westies looking out for each other. Sorry for eating, but yeah, I was laughing at myself because I was thinking, look at that, me with a person that I consider myself. I'm an honest person. I will do the right thing always, 100% of the time. When I'm faced with a situation like that, quick fire thought, a free roll for me. But then, nah, I just like, no, I think it belongs to those people. Let's go and see. So that's my story for the Wednesday afternoon. Now, I'm not saying the story to say, oh, I'm such a great person. Wow, look at me, look at me. I was just laughing at myself because being a human being, if you get, you look and see, oh, a freebie, yay. But no, you do the right thing. So I was glad. Made those people happy and restore or maintain their, their thinking, their thought, the idea that humans are still okay. We're still good over here. We can still do good things for our neighbors. Okay, so last video, I distinctly remember myself saying that I will give a review of this book. It's gonna be, I think the words are gonna be wrong way round, yeah, but it's Polkinghorne Inside the Trial of the Century by Steve Braunias, New Zealand's finest crime writer. Anyway, so I got this for my birthday last December, and guess what? This is the book. It's 269 pages. This is the last page about the author. All right, and this is the length of the book, the size of the book, the volume of the book. So anyway, I don't know what it is. I haven't finished the book. And you know what? That is literally like, I don't believe that I've ever been in a situation where there's a book by my favorite author in New Zealand, Steve Braunias, and what are we? We were like 3 months away, like 3 months hence from when the book was gifted to me. I'm still trying to wade through it. I don't know what it is. And I also, the other thing about delaying this video is because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have to finish the book because I said I'll do a review of the book. But it just kept getting, I just procrastinated. I don't know. I'm thinking, is it the perimenopause? Is it the short attention span as I've grown older? Or is it that I'm so used to the, what do you call that? The dopamine rush or the hit of going on to my favorite YouTube channels and watching them for hours and consuming other people's content. It feels like that's where it's at for me. Why the hard copy book is hard to get into. Because this guy, I mean, I don't subscribe to New Zealand Herald, but during this time last year? This book was printed, I think it was 2024, so the year before last year that this trial happened. This book was printed last year in 2025. So, wow, time has just flown past so quickly. Where did 2025 go? Yeah, anyway, this book, okay, I was talking about how I don't like mainstream media at all. But I had to suspend my distaste for the New Zealand Herald by subscribing and paying, I don't know, was it $1.99, was a promotion they were running, so it was the cheapest that I could get it, just so that I could access and read Steve Braunias's columns about, he was the one who was the scribe or the person from the New Zealand Herald, well, like a columnist. He was doing columns on it, I think there were other journalists who were reporting on the actual thing itself, but he gave his personal opinion. I mean, he's such a great writer. Like, this is the guy that I aspire to try and write like, but of course I can never, because he's just his own person. He's just a unique writer, and he's just such a talented writer. Like, I could go on and on and on about Steve Braunias, because yeah, consuming his writing, and I'm like, it would be a dream come true if I write a book and he edited it, or he gave me some tips about how to write. And anyway, my thing is that I haven't finished the book, and I'm so perplexed. I am flummoxed. I am so at a loss to explain to myself why I have not managed to finish this book by my favorite author. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a subject matter, Polkinghorne. Like, this guy, a millionaire rich, how do you say it? Ophthalmologist? He's an eye doctor. Anyways, the top of his field. He's the guy that will do surgeries on maybe correcting people's eyes. I don't know. I mean, the eye is like, he's an eye doctor. So let me see how I'll go through and enunciate the pronunciation of the ophthalmologist, a word. Let me see. Yeah, the book is, he's written it in such an engaging, of course, he's like the wordsmith of all wordsmiths in this country, Steve Braunias is, but I just couldn't seem to get past the chapters. And yeah, that was the only reason why I signed up to the New Zealand Herald online, because all of his columns were under a, what do you call that? Like a premium tag. You have to be a paying customer to access, what you call that, when they place these articles under something. You know what it is I'm trying to say. I mean, this is such a common thing for me now. This has happened to me how many days? Like, I start to say something and I'm like, the brain fog is real. I can't think of the word. In the weekend, I was trying to explain, what's the other word? People were saying, so I was saying, I'm blackberries. I don't really like blackberries because they are tangy, but I was thinking of a word that just wouldn't come to my brain at the time. But when I came home, the word was tart. The blackberries are tart. Too tart for my taste buds. But people were trying to be helpful. Tangy? No, something else. Anyway, let me see. I'm trying to find the word. He's an eye surgeon, this guy, Dr. Philip Polkinghorne, who got, what do you call it? He was not charged, well, he was not guilty. He was found not guilty of murdering his wife. It was a lot. I mean, the people were divided. Half of the people thought that he did it, and the other half, well, maybe didn't, because maybe the people who showed up to court and listened, and I didn't like how Steve was just carrying on and on about how great the lawyer for Dr. Polkinghorne was. Like, he's, okay, get it. He's like the top lawyer, top defense lawyer in all of this country. He was able to get this guy off, and he came across like, you know, boss babe male version in the courtroom, like dominating the prosecution with his, I don't know, his sheer chutzpah, his what's it called? Yeah, just his attitude. He just came across like, you guys are gonna have to learn. This is how you do it. This is how you perform a representation of your client. Anyway, so I cannot give a full review of this book yet. I mean, we're in March. Let's see, what did I do? So I got up this far. That's the beginning of the book. I got up this far, and I tried to take it to work to read in my breaks. I took it to the bathroom with me. I put it by my bedside to just grab a few paragraphs or a chapter here or there. But no, so anyway, what I used to do with books was, if I didn't really like the book, I would just jump to the end and read the ending and like that. So I tried to do that with this book. But this is the end part of the book. Chapter 11, A Night at the Opera. I'm just laughing at myself because I am just gobsmacked at myself. I'm a bookworm from way back, like as a kid, growing up on Niue and discovering the public library and the children's book section in the library. And I think I probably read through all of the children's book section as a kid, and that's in English, my second language, because my first language is Niuean. Anyways, yeah, I just got hooked on books as what's the guy, the one who did the books and homes program for the kids. Yeah, you gotta get hooked on books. So as a person who is hooked on books, I am just so, I can't say be dramatic and say heartbroken, because I cannot go through this book, but I will try to finish the book. Okay, so, but let me just say whatever, like, so far, what I've found with the book, okay? I mean, he's a rich, distasteful guy. I mean, Steve Braunias had used all kinds of words to try to describe the visage of this person, his socks, his just as quirky personality, and really a person who I would say was an addict for the, yeah, he was an addict. he had an addiction for the women, the ladies. And yeah, it's a very, it's hard to sum up so far. I mean, Steve Braunias writes so well. I feel so bad that I just cannot progress and go and finish this book. Really, I should. But yeah, that's the update on the book. All the things that Steve Braunias tries to allude to in this book, you know, the real era of it all, the way that the other side of the tracks live, these people who are so rich and who have this lifestyle that, you know, they don't think about money at all. It's like what we used to call it in Niue, when you have so much money. Like 2 ways to describe it. You are covering your umu with the banknotes that you have because you have so many, or you use it as tissues to blow your nose. Like, that's the level of wealth that this guy. But anyway, I think I'll stop there. I'm rambling on, but I will talk about some more about this book. Polkinghorne, a very unsavory character. Anyways, shall be back.